Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna give you a great, effective script for making just listed, just sold calls, circle prospecting, neighborhood calls. It's all the same thing, just some people refer to it differently. And even more important than the script I'm gonna give you is I'm gonna explain to you why this script makes so much sense, the reasoning, the psychology and mindset behind the script. Because I know if you're a new real estate agent, or even if you've been in real estate for a long time and you're not necessarily like a prospector, I don't like making phone calls. I don't like talking to people. Not knowing what to say is a huge reason why real estate agents are hesitant or fearful to make phone calls. I completely understand that. And when you look at different coaches, different people telling you to say different things, like there are millions of scripts out there, you're like, okay, which one should I use? Which one makes the most sense? This is why I'm going to explain to you why this one makes sense. So you can not only know what to say, you know why you're saying it. And with that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to actually make these calls. So you're calling around the neighborhood. They answer the phone. Use their name. They answer. Ring, ring, hello. Hi, is this blank? Say their name. This is Jackie. I'm a local real estate agent. I'm giving you a quick call today because a house was just sold in your area over on Main Street. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that sold for $399,000. And I'm just calling to see if by any chance you have an interest in selling your home anytime in the near future. That's it. Let's stop there. Let me explain to you why this script makes so much sense. And I know you're gonna agree with this. Every adult in this country, or whatever country you're in, one of the main goals that people have is to own their own home, own their home. So the person you're calling is in one of two categories. Either they own the home that you're calling or they're renting it. When you think about it, if they own a home, for most people, their home is one of their biggest investments, whether they want to sell their house or not. Most people want to know what is happening with their biggest investment. What is the value? What are similar properties in the neighborhood selling for? Even if it's not exactly similar, what are homes in my neighborhood selling for? This is one of the reasons why a lot of people, even if they don't want to sell, they see a sign in front of a home in their neighborhood or a neighborhood that they might be interested in buying, and they call the number on the sign, the real estate agent, to find out how much they're asking for the house. They're just curious. I own this property. What is happening? Are prices up? Are they down? So regardless of whether they want to sell, most people, I would almost venture to say 100% of the people, they want to know what properties are selling for in their area. So this is a very effective script. It's direct, to the point, and you're actually saying something that the person you're calling is interested in knowing more about. So they're not likely to hang up. Look, I have a lot of real estate agents that I coach, that I have been actually in coaching and training agents for over 15 years. So I have a lot of experience on this. Not only have I, when I started my real estate career, made a ton of these types of calls, but I also have clients that make these calls and they report back to me, this script works. You're not wasting people's time. You're providing information they're interested in. And if they don't own the house, if they're renting the property, they're still interested in knowing what properties in the area where they're renting this house are selling for, because at some point, most people who rent a house are interested in buying. Now, what if you don't have a property, you personally, you're calling an area, but you haven't sold anything in that area? The script is a home was just sold in your area. You're not saying, I just sold a home in your area. Now, if you happen to have a listing that just sold, great, you could use that, but you don't have to have it. You just go in the MLS, you find a recent sale, and this home just sold in the area. You're gonna find when you use this script that most people are very friendly. They're interested. They'll actually ask you questions. Oh yeah, which property is that again? Oh, how big was it? What's it? They'll ask you questions because, again, you're not talking about whatever scripts out there that are just, oh, I was wondering, if it makes sense for you for us to talk. You already lost them when you start like that. Somebody you don't know, they don't know you. They just think about when you get a call from a telemarketer. Imagine a telemarketer, whatever it is, not that you are a telemarketer, you're a real estate agent looking to provide information to these callers. But in essence, you're making a phone call to somebody you don't know. So think about when you're on the receiving end of these calls. Unless this person calling you right from the beginning say something that is of interest to you, you're gonna hang up on them within a split second, because that's what everybody does. You're not interested, you have no time to waste. So think about how this makes sense. These are actually really easy calls, easy compared to FSBOs and expireds. Easier just because people don't have a lot of objections, right? When you're calling a FSBO and expired, they have more objections because they want to sell. They've been hearing from other agents, but those are also calls where you're more likely to set an appointment right away. Just listed, just sold are effective calls. In my opinion, they should be made after you've called all the new FSBOs and new expireds that you have for the day. Because why wouldn't you first call people that you know want to sell? That should be your number one priority. But the circle prospecting calls are very effective. And if you make enough of them, you may even find somebody that wants to sell right now that you could go list right now. It's a numbers game. Most of the time, you're going to find people that you have to follow up with. Even if they don't want to sell now or in the near future, when you have a good conversation with someone, you can add this person to your database sphere of influence. There's a way to continue this conversation and tell them that you provide periodically great information about the real estate market to a lot of your clients and past clients. Would they be interested? And then you could get their information. You could add them to the database. And then it's long-term. This is long-term. This is why it's fine. These are good calls. That's why I love FSBOs and expireds. You don't have 2 or 3 years. If you need to make money now. Yeah, it's great. Like you're putting them on the database, and someday you may get referrals or you may actually get business from them. But you got to make a living between now and then. Not only make a living, you can make a fortune selling real estate. So you got to find people that want to sell now. That's where FSBOs and expireds come in. And again, just listed, just sold. If you talk to enough people, you're going to find some right now. My first 2 or 3 listings, I know the very first property I listed was a just listed, just sold call. And I was back then, first year in real estate, I was calling FSBOs and expireds too. They were just, I didn't know what I was doing. I ended up eventually listing 150 FSBOs and expireds a year. But in the beginning, like if you're new or you've never made these calls, they're a little harder to speak with. So if you're learning and getting better every day, you're going to get there. And like I said, if you talk to enough people, my first year was talking to 400 people a week. So yeah, when you talk to 400 people a week, you talk to, every 400, 500, 800, whatever the number is, you're going to find somebody who wants to sell right now. That's how I listed my first couple of properties. And then I started listing some for sale by owners. Expireds came after that. Bottom line is, prospecting, cold calling still works exactly the same way. Nothing has changed. You're on my YouTube channel. There's a tab for live prospecting calls. A lot of for sale by owners that I call now in this market, in a hot market in 2021, and set appointments with these people. Not only I've been able to do it, I have coaching clients that are doing it every single day. And you may have the fear of, how is this going to go? Everything new is like that. When you do something new, you're not, how could you be possibly comfortable with something new? You're not. So you're uncomfortable with it, and then you do it, and then you do it, and then you get better and better. You get more and more confident. And that's just the process of learning anything. Knowing what to say, I know, is the first step. Now you know what to say on these calls. Go out there, make the calls, go find people that you can set appointments with, that maybe can even give you referrals if they don't want to sell. They may know somebody that wants to sell right now. I know they work. So leave your comments on the comment section of this video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. Click the bell next to it, so when we upload new videos, you'll be notified of that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.